The Missing and Endangered Persons Information Clearinghouse Advisory Board was created under the Department of Law Enforcement by executive order of the governor in 1996. That's the year following the death of 9-year-old Jimmy Rice. The first Florida Missing Children's Day took place 3 years later and was the brainchild of Bill Hebrock, the board's second chairman. The parents came with tears in their eyes. The parents of Jimmy Rice, the mother of Maddie Clifton, Shelby Cox, Adam Finch, all have lost children to predators.
It's something that nobody else can understand.
I could never make any sense out of how anyone could hurt a child, how anyone could kill a little boy. We wanted to make sure Adam didn't die in vain. You've helped us do this.
It was due to John's perseverance after Adam's tragic disappearance and death that the state of Florida legislated and implemented the nation's first missing children information clearinghouse some 20 years ago. And I'm proud of that. And we've added value to it every year since because of your good work.
This state government will be vigilant in this effort to reduce the number of children that are reported missing, and once they are missing, to do everything in our power to assure that they come back to their loving homes.
Jimmy Rice was abducted, sexually assaulted, and murdered on September 11, 1985. His parents, Don and Claudine, were among the original appointees to the board, and they remained active participants until their deaths.
So that children, if you go missing, will come and find you in time.
You don't want the anger to turn into bitterness because then you don't do anything, but anger can be a very powerful motivator to get you to do what you feel needs to be done.
When Jimmy Rice went missing in 1995, his parents were told to wait 24 hours to file a report.
Donna Uzel was the FDLE special agent in charge when the board was created.
The Rices were a big part of the motivation. We knew that at FDLE that in order to be successful, we needed to bring in people from outside. We needed to have a collaboration.
Initial efforts by the board supported FDLE's call to collect DNA from everyone arrested for a felony. The legislation has since been expanded to include some misdemeanor arrests. Previously, DNA was only collected from those arrested for violent crimes. The board has also partnered with the Florida Outdoor Advertising Association to raise awareness of missing children with billboards highlighting those missing across the state. The partnership continues today. Highway rest areas were also targeted by the board for the posting of photos of those missing.
Anybody who goes back those many years would remember that we had them on toll booths. And in fact, we had them in rest areas, and we still do. If you're driving along the turnpike and you stop, or even any way on the highway, and you stop at a rest area, go look, because those children's faces are still there, hoping that somebody would walk past and see them and say, oh my gosh, I know where that child is.
Florida has also become a national leader in efforts to recover children with the establishment of CART, or Child Abduction Response Teams. They're the first responders on the ground when a child is reported missing. Recently published is a list of 5 myths, making it clear that there's no waiting period for reporting someone missing or endangered, that runaways are indeed in danger, and while stranger danger is real, kidnappings are often committed by someone known to the child. Also, there is absolutely no waiting period to report missing endangered adults. The 5th myth is that family abductions don't pose real risks to children. They do. From the board's inception, the Rices and the foundation they created in their son's name have played an integral part in Florida's efforts to keep kids safe.
My heart always went out to them because at that point we knew what had happened to Jimmy. And the fact that they didn't just, as many people would do, like roll up in a ball and go away. And the fact that they stayed so active. It was always amazing to me that they would have the wherewithal to continue, because they never wanted this to happen to another parent again, what they went through.
Claudine Rice always believed that if police had more access to trained bloodhounds, her Jimmy would have been found alive.
and Jimmy was only a mile away in an abandoned trailer, and we reported him missing within an hour, and he was kept alive 4 or 5 hours.
So the Rices and the foundation they created in Jimmy's name set out on a mission to provide trained bloodhounds to every law enforcement agency that wanted one. Both of Jimmy's parents have passed, but they always believed Jimmy would have been found if a bloodhound had been close by, and they made it their life's work to make dogs available.
We've given out over 700 dogs nationally. In fact, we even have one in South Africa.
Now each year, a bloodhound or team and its handlers are honored for their heroic deeds. At the time, few police agencies had bloodhounds, so Claudine Rice worked passionately to put dogs in the hands of every law enforcement agency. At this year's Missing Children's Day event, dozens of bloodhounds were honored for their life.
This is K9 Albert. He's donated by Jimmy Rice Foundation. He's 14 months old. He had his first find when he was 10 months old.
We use this dog to help locate missing children, Alzheimer's sufferers that go missing, any type of missing persons case this dog works.
Governor Charlie Crist also spoke fondly of the many changes Claudine helped institute.
Claudine took her grief and turned it into action. Her tireless energy translated into programs that will protect our children for many years to come.
Missing Children's Day is now part of Florida law, held on the second Monday in September. It has grown to honor police agencies who went above and beyond to find a missing person. And the Reverend Walt Horn was honored for stopping the abduction of a 12-year-old by cutting the perpetrator off with his car.
And knowing what his intent was, I just acted on pure inspiration of God.
And children themselves compete in an essay and poster contest.
Honestly, if someone tried to take me, I don't know if it would be worse for me or them. I would immediately start to fight and scream at the top of my lungs.
And another who put that advice to work.
She said she found strength she never knew she had, and her instinct, she said, was to scream and just run away.
I can't tell you how many times I've talked to kids who don't even know their parents' phone number. Some say they have it locked into their phone, but if you don't have your phone, then you don't really have anything to go on.
And I think the point was that this is a community effort. This is not a law enforcement effort. This is a community effort. When a child goes missing, the community is involved.
But more than anything, parents of those who have lost a child take center stage at these events, and more than anything, this day is for them.
It means the world to our families that they're honored and respected. It's because we have someone that we can speak with that actually relates to what we are going through.
It means so much more to me than anything else. In a way, I'm brought closer to my daughter. I'm able to share something with her, even though it's just a picture. But the love is always there and always have a hole in my heart. I'm here together with other parents who are missing children and the parents of some, unfortunately, also deceased. And we're almost like a second family together, a family reunion.
It's not just about our missing child. It's about the missing children for so many different families all over, not just the state of Florida, but all over. And it just breaks your heart because you think it's a one-time here or there thing, and it's not. It's so widespread and so confusing and heartbreaking, and just knowing it happens to so many families. For our family, it's a missing link. You know, it's a child and a grandchild that aren't there with the rest of the family, and this ceremony is about all of us together.
For me, it's a day that my sister isn't forgotten. It's a day that we're not alone in our walk. And everybody here understands what we're going through, and that means so much to just be here with everyone, knowing that they're going through the same thing we're going through, and they can understand the pain.
You know, people ask us, how do you do it? And this is how we do it. We're around other people that can share our suffering, our loss, and we're a family.
It's very important that I come in order to keep Tiffy's memory alive.
I think it makes people more aware because honestly, if you haven't been through it, you have no idea.
and gives us a chance to recognize our family and keep their names, their photos, their information all out there fresh in people's mind.
I got a 3-year-old daughter, and I can only imagine if something like this happened to her. So it just really helps to open our eyes as parents to be more cautious and really just watch your kid, really just watch your kid and be there.
So welcome to the 25th Missing Children's Day in Florida as we all work to protect our children.